Right, now I'm ready to start linking my work. The work is going to be linked from, if I just scroll down here, these black buttons, okay? So I'm going to link to like Word documents and pictures of my work and so on. Right, we're going to use a tool called Slices, and this allows you to divide an image into smaller sections which can fit together like a jigsaw. Okay, so like this will be a slice, this will be a slice, and these will be slices, and eventually we're going to make these into slices as well. Now the work that I'm going to link to has already been collected and placed into a folder where I can just access all of them like quite easily. I've put this folder on my desktop and it's just called Hussein's ePortfolio, and I've got like a Word document here, I've got an image here to celebrate my maths work. Just opening them so you can have a check, have a look. So there you go, there's an example of my maths poster, something that I'd like to share. I should have opened, here we go, my English work as well. So that's something that I'd like to link from my ePortfolio so it can be read. Sorry about this, get rid of this. There we go. And it's just quite easy when you've got them all in one place. Definitely first, so you can save time as soon as you start working in Photoshop to start linking to it straight away. And also you want to make sure that you're not linking to different folders. You want to make sure you're linking to files that are in the same folder so you can move everything together. Right, so let's go ahead and actually start making the slices. So the fifth tool down, where the crop tool normally is, you've got the slice tools. There's two of them towards the bottom of this little menu. The first one, which reads Slice Tool, this actually creates the slices. The one underneath it, which is called Slice Select Tool, this enables you to select and modify the existing slices. Okay. Now slices are just commonly used in web design and they're excellent for linking. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our first slice. So you select the Slice tool. You go ahead and you click and drag over the area that you want to make a link from. So in this case, we're just going to do it from here. If I just zoom in, you can see that, you know, it's a bit too big. So I'm just going to click it and downsize it so you can do that. Okay. You might have also noticed that my icon changes. So here you can see that it's like a carving knife. But when I hover over onto an existing slice, it turns into the Slice Select tool, which is what you can use to like edit, modify and so on and rename. So when you double click, it allows you to rename the slice to make things a bit more organized. I'm just going to zoom out. All I did was click and drag around this actual single button. Now when I let go of the mouse button, you can see that all these other lines start appearing, and these are the actual automatic slices that Photoshop creates just to separate parts of your image that is basically a collection of jigsaw pieces. It just does that automatically. So don't worry too much about that. You can like remove them, you can change things around. So, you know, if you want this to be a separate slice, you can just like select this all together. Here we go. And you can see it's got rid of the dividing lines that were there. So you can like move things about. So don't worry about creating something, a slice, and then you're not happy with it, because you can always just right click and delete the slice. Okay. So at the moment, all I've done is I've created a slice around topic 1 work. That was the only one. Now, if I double click that, if it doesn't let you double click and open that dialog box that opened before, just go over back here and click the Slice Select tool. And then you come back here and you double click. Now the first thing we want to do is name the slice just for organization purposes. Okay, so I'm just going to call this Maths Topic 1 because that's what it is. And then I'm going to URL, fill in something for the URL. Now the URL is Uniform Resource Locator. That basically means what's the link, where you're going to, okay, or what's the address that you want to go to. Now I already showed you the folder that I had made, which has the images in there. So the Maths Topic 1 will be this for me, okay? So it's maths1-Pythagoras, and this is a JPEG file, okay? So that's the URL that I want to put in here, okay? The actual file that will be created from Photoshop, the actual web file, will be saved in this same folder. So all I need to specify in that URL is this name here. There's no / this, / that, there's none of that. It's because it's in the same folder. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to right click on this file, go to properties, so I can just copy and paste the name. Here we go, so it's just easier, Control C. And you can see it's a .jpeg here, so I need to remember that when I go back to Photoshop. And when I paste, I just remember to put in the .jpeg. Okay, when I click OK, it's saved that information there. Now I'm just going to do two things here now. I'm going to save first of all, so I've got my Photoshop document saved. So this is my project that I can come back to and carry on making edits to. But I also need to make an actual HTML page, so the actual web file that will open in a browser. And this is how you do that. File, save for web. Change this image type here to JPEG and change quality to 100. Then go ahead and press save. Now here you do two things. First, you make sure that you've got the right folder selected. So yes, mine's on the desktop and it's called Hussein's ePortfolio. And the second thing is the naming section. Okay, I'm just going to call this ePortfolio-Hussein. You can't have spaces in web file name. So if you did this, it wouldn't let you save it. So make sure you've got dashes or underscores. So ePortfolio-Hussein. Make sure HTML and images is selected. And make sure all slices is selected as well at the bottom. And then you go ahead and you click save. Once you've done that, you should have a web file created here. There you go. It's the one with the browser icon. So I'm going to go ahead and double click that. And then what it does, it actually opens a file in the browser. So let me just hover over that button. Here we go. Click it. And it goes ahead and it actually opens my file. So it worked. Okay. Let me go back and just show you that again. So you go over, you can see the cursor changes from an arrow to an actual pointer. So when you press click, it actually opens the linked file over the actual web page. Okay.